I'm at, what the what? What a money reside, 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 what a money reside.
Hey dolls, welcome back to your Royal BFF, the People's Duchess. How you doing? Hope you guys are well. How's your mom? How's that hip replacement? Hope everyone's doing well. I know I am. I'm sitting here where the money resides, where the money resides. I love that clip so much. And I had to do it. I had to do it because selling out anything in minutes is crazy, but a small leather bookmark for almost $20, that is insane. It's insane. And equally insane has been the fanfare. People have tracked down the supplier. They've gone absolutely postal over the inventory and trying to guess how much she might have stocked this time around. These are limited edition, limited stock, and I'm pretty sure that Glitchgate had something to do with that decision. I could be wrong, but it does seem like you could only order 4 per order to mitigate that little dust up with the jams. And also just to make it feel a little bit more exclusive. Who doesn't like feeling special? Who doesn't like feeling like they have a one-of-a-kind or very rare item? Especially something from someone as beloved and prominent as Princess Meghan. So I think you can call it limited in respect to the population. There's 300 and something million people in America, and if only 200,000 people have them, that's still limited, no? I could be wrong. I mean, clearly Meghan holds these details close to the vest, so we don't know and we'll probably never know. And then there's a side of me that thinks maybe she only made 10,000. Maybe they are super duper limited edition, and at some point she'll reveal that only like 10,000 people in the world have these. You never quite know with Meghan. She's full of surprises. She's always keeping us guessing. We love it. The strategy is so brilliant. We talked about this in my last video where we were asking like, what could this be? What could this possibly be? And we said everything but the bookmark that was staring us right in the face. A lot of people thought it was a cashmere throw. A lot of people were like betting. A lot of people were like, oh, it's going to be a cookbook because that blank book that she had in there. I even went as far as to say she was putting out cookware, stemware, an extended partnership with Compartes, just a bunch of wishful thinking. None of it came to pass yet. Key word being yet, because I know that will come to pass. But yeah, no, super excited for our girl. I cannot even with how fast this sold out. Good for you, Duchess. Good for you. Good for me too. I couldn't get the leather bookmark by itself, but I did manage to cop the bundle set, which I'm actually kicking myself over now because I ordered it to my home address in the States and I am here in Toronto for the foreseeable future. I can't go back to the States. First of all, my passport is expired. It expired like 2 days ago. But second of all that ICE stuff is going on and I'm terrified. I just can't do it right now. I'm a whole immigrant over there. I got 3 passports, 2 of them which are foreign. I have a Nigerian passport, I have a Canadian passport, and I have a US passport. And these days, they don't differentiate. I've called the consulate and asked them directly like, hey, here's my situation. Should I be worried? And the lady that I spoke to flat out said everybody should be worried. So yeah, the fact that I have a Nigerian passport would still flag that system. And although I'm a naturalized US citizen, this particular administration doesn't seem to care about that. I don't see any differentiation being made that these are Americans versus non-Americans. Americans and non-Americans alike are getting the boot shoved up their backsides and shipped off to who knows where, dropped in the middle of wherever in some cases. I'm terrified. I'll be honest, I am actually, for the first time in my life, I'm terrified to cross back into the US. It just dawned on me early this morning that like, oh my God, I sent them to my address and I can't do anything about it. I can't cancel and reorder. I can't do anything because these are already gone. So like, it has to go to my address. And what am I going to do? How am I going to get it? I was planning on giving my neighbor the honey and the tea, but her family is also out of the country right now. So I think I'll just give whichever family member I can bribe to come out from California to my home to get that bookmark for me. I'll give them the tea and the honey and then probably some money on top of it. I'll have to really bribe them because that's a long distance to drive out for a bookmark. But it's worth it. And I'll explain to them why it's worth it. But they'll get that honey and that tea out of it. And I think that they might like that. Can't wait for the next drop either because I'm still waiting on that vase. That vase is like the number one thing that I need to have in my home. I am manifesting that vase into existence. I know she knows it's in demand. The demand for her products are sky high. Similar to her taste in fashion, she has such an eye for elegant decor, ambiance, setting the scene. She's an excellent, skilled homemaker. It actually reminded me about those articles they wrote about the lady over there being an excellent homemaker and interior designer, and then they did not show us the interior of that home. I think that this was the real inspiration behind those articles. As with everything they do, I think it was a plea for them to pick up Meghan's home decor and her style and her aesthetic. Because the aesthetics they've given us so far from those YouTube videos and from other little clips and bits, it was, how can I put this diplomatically? I guess in some parts of the world, hoarder chic is a thing. And in that case, some people would love this. The decor is a lot. There's a lot going on. A lot of racist stuff happening in the backgrounds. It's just not cute. And we haven't seen good decor in any of these royal homes. We've seen the inside of some of these royal homes. It's all paisley print furniture and blackamoor statues, far as the eye can see. I've always said that anything that they say, the opposite is true. And that is very true in this instance. What they're saying is that Meghan has a gorgeous home interior. And writing those articles about the new home interior of Forest Lodge is just wishful thinking. Or at best, telling them indirectly, hey, you need to pick up on these cues that we're putting down. Because I know darn well this is not the home decor that they're praising in those articles. If it were, they'd have showed us, but it's not, so they didn't. But that's neither here nor there. Point being, I think if Meghan did release the As Ever vase, they are likely advising these people to maybe pick some of them up. I mean, these interiors are eyesores. First of all, it's dizzying, okay? If you stay inside one of these rooms long enough, your head starts to spin and you can almost feel the Grand Mal coming on. This decor is crazy. It's just, well, let's move on. Clearly, the demand is sky bloody high to the point where someone has invested a lot of money to order these in bulk and then ship them to the UK and sell them there in the UK. A site called Gift Eat Love has started reselling the bulk items that they've purchased from As Ever. The Discord has been fire for the last 24 hours discussing the legalities of this. They say on the site that they're not affiliated with As Ever and that this is for the fans of As Ever in the UK, but I call BS. Because if you're a fan of Princess Meghan, there's no way that you would sell her products for your gain and do something that she deliberately so is not doing, which is selling her products in the UK. That market should not have As Ever products in it. There is a reason why she's not selling in the UK currently. She could be doing this out of respect for Highgrove and King Charles. You don't know why she's not selling it in the UK yet. But here you are thinking that your ability to have these products and sell them to people is more important than her decision not to do so. This isn't a squatty or even a fan of Meghan's. This is an opportunist. This person is clearly just an opportunist who wants to capitalize off of As Ever's success, period. It is so disrespectful to say, oh, well, you won't sell it to us, I will. The verdict is still out on this. We're making the calls. We're doing the reports. I've looked it up. Apparently, it's not illegal to resell, and they do say that they're not affiliated with As Ever. But yeah, this is sick. I mean, I'm surprised, but I guess not that surprised. If they do nothing else, they're going to pretend that your idea or who you are is not good enough and then steal it and say that they discovered it or just erase your contribution. I guess I shouldn't be surprised at that. They've always done this literally since the beginning of time. And this is the real reason why the British Museum is such a draw and an attraction. People do not go to the UK anticipating to see the royals or wanting to see the royals. They go to the UK primarily to engage in the slavery and colonization corn that exists in the British Museum. They want to go there and look at all the stuff that they violently stole, and they want to relive that heyday. When I saw the person reselling as ever for double the price in the UK, I couldn't help but to think of Saartjie Baartman, colloquially known as Sarah Baartman, who was kidnapped from South Africa, brought to Europe, put on display, called a freak show, only for the women to turn around and make their dresses modified so that they can mimic this body type. Only for Saartjie Baartman's body type to become so popular and so highly desired that it became the staple and the standard in royal households. I think the most popular version of this dress was Marie Antoinette's wedding dress, which was insane on those waist and hip proportions. And then Queen Elizabeth I, who loved her a good exaggerated waistline. So first they mock to create the smokescreen that you aren't good enough, while they steal your essence, your aura, your creative, your IP, everything. Then after degrading and mocking you for it, they turn around and pop up with it, and it's completely fine because now they're in possession of it and they feel ownership of it, so it's fine. So yeah, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. If these people do nothing else, they're gonna show up as Remick and they're going to steal. That's a given. This is a perfect example of when we say racism is expensive. The UK's problem is that they have a loud minority of racists that dominate the press and make it seem like they're speaking for all of Britain, especially with those ridiculous emotional support polls. And unfortunately, people like that, racists like that, is why you guys can't have nice things. Why, if you, as a non-racist, want to buy her products, you now have to go through this sketchy hack on this reselling website to get them. If Meghan and her team weren't aware of it before, they are certainly aware of it now, and if there is anything they can do about it, I'm sure they will shut it down. But yeah, in the meantime, enjoy your $60 bottle of $30 rosé, I guess. Y'all are so weird. Y'all are so weird. And that's exactly why she sourced these from the UK and you still can't get your hands on them. Meghan did not have to add this little touch at the end, but I'm actually glad that she did. I think she did so for two reasons. One, to highlight Spree, the shop that she worked with as a small UK-based female-owned workshop, shining the light on them. And then two, to also let her supporters know in the UK, I haven't abandoned you. I think she's telling people that she's still a girl's girl. She's still going to work with global communities of women to support them and uplift them. And most importantly, that what she went through, she doesn't blame everybody in the UK for. And that she sees you. Meghan is still very much true to herself. She still clearly believes that a high tide rises all ships, even when that ship is crashing against the coastline of a country voted the second most miserable on Earth. She knows that there are people in the UK that still deserve to be highlighted and shown that love and given the opportunity to grow from her shining a light on them. So I love that for them. It's really thoughtful for Meghan to have done that.